Matt, why do we find ourselves back at the start screen of Stellaris? I thought we're here to talk about advanced government types, and clearly, these 15 we got in front of us right now are not advanced government types. Seriously. Like indirect democracy or theocratic oligarchy, that's not advanced at all. Military junta, that's not advanced at all. Well, turns out, after a bit of digging through the games and going through the wikis, etc., it turns out that aside from the 15 starting democracies and oligarchies and republics, etc., general government forms, there's actually 15 more that unlock about halfway through the game once you've got your galactic government technology ready, set, and go. So initially, obviously, you can have your government types, etc., and it all is based upon your ethics of that particular period. So, for instance, right now, if I go for fanatic individualist, I can only have an indirect democracy, right? So, if once I advance through the social technology tree and actually get to that technology, I will be able to get the more advanced democracy set. So for the sake of this, let's go for a individualist one here, because it gives us a lot of flexibility in terms of technology when it comes to our government. So let's start a little game here, and this will give us the ability to see what is going on with this. So with this particular setup, actually, I want to go for materialist, and let's go for a science director, because it gives us the additional research alternatives, which is already strong, and the Empire leader capacity, which at the mid-game becomes really good as well. So we can go and set that up. Let's go into the actual game and see how that all works out. So we're back here with the Institute, the Empire that I've set up for this particular playthrough, and just to illustrate the change of governments. So we go to our technology screen. We're way past the change of government technology, and we can get the more advanced ones. So in this particular case, it's not particularly clear on where the change the government type button actually is. And this is something that also happened in Europa Universalis 4, where you could click on a button, or at least an icon, which turned out to be a button, where you could see what trade goods were worth all over the planet, which was rather interesting, to say the least. It's not something that was particularly clear. However, we are now on the government screen. We have got buttons here. We got our tabs, our demographics, our policies, our budget, etc. It's all fairly standard, but where can we find the button to change our government type? Well, it's actually fairly obtuse, and it's not particularly clear on where it actually is. It is on this screen. We got our emergency election button. We got our tabs. Where would it be? Well, it is actually this icon. This icon will allow you to go straight towards the reform government window, and it's not particularly clear that it is a button. But aside from that, let's swiftly move on to what we actually have available to us and how much it will cost. It will cost us 250 influence points. As you can see up here, we're currently at 351. And what is available to us is directly dependent on our governing ethics, in this case, individualism and fanatic materialism. Now, in this case, we have 4 advanced government forms available to us: subconscious consensus, illuminated technocracy, democratic utopia, and mega corporations, which are all advanced forms of their individual government forms. If we change our government form, we will not have, and we want to, for instance, change it to the illuminated technocracy, we can go straight to it. However, you would think that if you want to go to, say, a subconscious consensus, that we need to go to direct democracy first and then the subconscious consensus due to the society upheaval. But no, we can actually go straight to subconscious consensus in this case. In this case, it gives us +4 core sector planets. Illuminated technocracy would give us +2 leader research alternatives and 2 leader capacity, which is actually really strong. The democratic utopia gives us +2 leader skills and -10% leader recruitment costs, although at this point of the game shouldn't be much of a problem, to be honest. Then we got a mega corporation, which increases our energy credits by +10. As you can see, we're getting 40th already, so it's not a problem. Minerals, also not a problem. We get a 185 plus. We're actually almost maxing out on our stored minerals here. However, for the sake of this one, I want to go with the more core planets. We can go for the illuminated technocracy, but it doesn't really give us anything in terms of bonuses to research. We do get additional research alternatives, but if we go to our science window, we already have a lot of research alternatives that we can go for. So in terms of focusing on technology, we're already fairly far ahead of everybody else in the universe, or at least in the galaxy, barred fallen empires. We are actually quite good. So let's go in and change it to a subconscious consensus. We reform, we instantly swap to our new government type, and we get our bonuses here. And as you can see as well, when it comes to our research options, we now only have 4 available instead of the 5 we had just now. Now, the first thing that we need to do here is change out the government, the direct planet stuff here. So we can actually change this out. We can go for a couple of Gaia planets and add it to our direct oversight of or direct control. So Nueva Sonara, we need to go and nuke from orbit. Nueva Sonara, delete sector, will cost us 100 influence. It's exactly what we want. And there you go. We now have added these to our reach. So we get all of these planets now added to our direct control, which we can directly operate and get all the money from, because the sectors actually only give a certain amount of contribution towards your empire. So now we actually get more stuff out of it, which is actually quite good. And also, considering we are now a subconscious consensus, I don't feel it's right to actually keep this this empire name. It's no longer the Institute. I think we need to go for something else. Yeah, that'll work. Yep, that is perfectly fine. And on that bombshell, I will end this tutorial here on advanced governments. Thank you so much for watching, and be sure to check out some more content.